We've got new details on how Kevin Feige will bring Wolverine and the X-Men into the MCU. Ever since Disney's acquisition of Fox was announced over a year ago, comic fans have wondered what the Mouse's takeover of Fox would mean for Fox's Marvel properties, specifically the X-Men. And now that we're closer than ever to the deal finally wrapping up, new info is dropping about how the Merry Mutants will fit into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. On Monday, our friends over at Slash Film caught up with longtime X-Men producer Lauren Shuler Donner at the Television Critics Association's press event, and she revealed quite a few things about where the X-Men are headed. So we're gonna break it all down! First up, Wolverine. Sorry, Hugh Jackman fans, but it does sound like Feige is searching for a pair of fresh claws. According to Shuler Donner, she revealed that Feige and the Marvel Studios team will soon be on the lookout for a newer, younger Wolverine due to the huge physical demands of the role. Hugh Jackman worked so hard to bulk up, would get up at 4 in the morning to bulk and eat protein meals every 2 hours. Once you reach a certain age, the body just won't go anymore, and I think he was wise to say, I'm at that point, I can't do it. Now, we've known for a while that Jackman was hanging up the claws, but does this mean he's gone for good from the X-Men? Not necessarily, according to Shuler Donner. Now, that doesn't mean he can't come back as older Wolverine. You never know. Future Wolverine, you never know. Wolverine has always been the face of the X-Men, and casting a character that will represent the X-Men for years to come is no easy task, but looking at all of their choices for characters like Iron Man and Cap to Killmonger and Hela, they certainly know what they're doing, so we're not going to worry about a Jared Leto Joker situation. However, what about the rest of the X-Men? Shuler Donner said it's all up to Disney and Feige to decide what they want to do about the mutants. Obviously, Kevin and I started the first X-Men movie. He worked for me. He's got a great story sense. He's got a great ability to weave each world and weave those worlds together. I trust him, and I trust that he will take care of the X-Men. And how about everybody's favorite R-rated Merc with the Mouth Deadpool and the spin-off movie X-Force? Shuler Donner admits that it is all now in Disney's playground, and they get to decide. At least we know it's in good hands. Everybody's worked really hard up to now on the Fox side, but now it's going to be Disney's call. However, we have heard Disney CEO Bob Iger on a couple of different occasions teasing that Deadpool could join the Avengers and would also remain R-rated. Seeing how the Deadpool films have made over $1.5 billion, this seems like a no-brainer. As for the future X-Men films, Shuler Donner wisely warns, the problem is you can't have too many Marvel X-Men superhero movies out there because we will cancel each other out. Each one has to be distinctive, and yet you've got the Avengers to follow through. You've got so many distinctive story canons to follow through, and yet we want new ones, but I don't think you can have more than 4. Feige has to be careful. There's also the tiny issue of what to do with the not yet released X films that have been waiting in the wings, New Mutants and Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is still slated for release on June 7th, but New Mutants' future is up in the air. Shuler Donner spoke to folks over at Cinema Blend to give her thoughts on whether New Mutants will still be released. I hope so. They worked on it hard. I do like the idea. We started off as more of a team kind of movie, and the decision came to it more of a horror film. I think it's a good idea. I want to see it released. I'm hopeful that it will. I'd hate to see it thrown aside. Now, there have been rumblings that Disney may decide to scrap New Mutants' theatrical release and release it straight to streaming on Hulu, which is better than shelving the film entirely, but seems like a sad way to end Fox's X-Men legacy. Ultimately, it sounds like Disney and Marvel will do a slow rollout as they incorporate mutants into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a big undertaking to weave mutant lore into the MCU, and with hundreds of new characters in his sandbox, Feige is going to have to take his time to make all of this work. But if anybody can pull it off, it's MCU story master Kevin Feige. But what do you folks think? Are you excited to see Feige's take on the X-Men? Do you want to see New Mutants in theaters or from the comfort of your couch on Hulu? And who would you want to see play Wolverine after Hugh Jackman? Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video or go live with the show. And did you watch our breakdown of the new Avengers Super Bowl ad? We found 13 details you might have missed hidden in the 30-second spot. Did you find more? Check it out right now.